My parents were born in Iraq, and they were forced to emigrate by the Zionist terror squads that blew up, unfortunately, Jewish synagogues, Jewish cultural and business centers in order to make the Jews thinking that the Muslim doesn't want them in Iraq anymore. And that's how they forced immigration from Iraq to Palestine in the beginning of the 50s, 51, 52, 53. About 110,000 Jews were forced to immigrate to Palestine. Throughout the history of Muslims, Jews could have not survived, or they were, at the contrary, were survived, protected, had mercy and tolerance for the Muslims. So if we just looked about the foundation of Islam, they all had an outstanding history of tolerating and respecting and protecting the Jews and have them under their custody. That's all started at the time officially put the foundation, the Caliph Omar bin Khattab, and he put the foundation that the non-Muslims has to be taken under the mercy and protection of the Muslim nation, and they will be able to practice their own religion, and they will be able to live freely under the protection of the Muslim government. This foundation was kept, and in exchange to pay the jizya, jizya was not a tax that has to be forced by power. Poor Jews were exempt from the jizya. The Jews were very happily paid the jizya because they knew that they received a lot more than that. If we go to the Andalus, the golden era in Spain that continued for the first 300 years, it was a time that the Jews developed their religion of such an extent that most of our Jewish religious books from 1,000 years ago are dated to Spain. The Jews were tolerated to such an extent that we have longiness to that time, really. But then Muslims has been driven out from Spain. The Jews went with the Muslims together and they left Spain. They were again welcomed by Muslim states in Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, Egypt, and Turkey. The Jewish religion was flourished at that time. In Palestine, in all the northern Arab countries, Iraq, Transjordan, Syria, Lebanon, and of course in Turkey. And we're very thankful for that, for giving us the right to practice our religion. Our economy was flourished. We had a great time. We were being protected. So there was no reason for us why to just say, now we would like to become enemies. How could it be after such a 1400 years of such a great time, suddenly we're going to change our attitude and say, no, it's time now to bomb you, to kill you, to expand. The Zionists, in order to justify the occupation, ethnic cleansing, and genocide, must rewrite and falsify the history that Muslims were so good for Jews, and now they would like to show that Muslims were bad for Jews. That was the great relation between Jews and Muslims, with the Zionists trying to erase.